Hello and welcome to Atlanta, site to race number 5 of the Reebok Truck Series Season 3. On the front row here today for the nightcap, we've had some great racing so far today. You have the front row is Kyle Collins, and on the pole is Austin LaPlante. The rookie points leader and overall points leader Trevor Germain starts outside row 2 with Dylan Young on his inside. Stephen Paul III and Chris Washer row 3. Jeff James, John Irvin row 4. And Kyle Matthews and Mason Neal in row number 5. So we got the rest of the starting grid. Here's the points coming in. Trevor Germain is 19 points up on Amanda Shelley, 20 points up over Jay Stella. Ashley LaPlante is 30 points back in 4th. James Shelley 52 back in 5th. Rest of the top 10, you look at Eric Powers, Stephen Paul III, Alex Perkle, John Irvin, Dylan Young, who are all 96 points back. Here comes the command to start engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Final row, you look at Paul Swanson and Jonathan Zorline. We will also be carrying 8 onboard cameras here today. Starting with our pole sitter and the Lowe's onboard of Austin LaPlante. Other onboards, the Ford onboard by Trevor Germain. The Toyota onboard of Amanda Shelley. The Dodge onboard of Jay Stella. The Chevy onboard of Ashley LaPlante. The Arrowhead onboard, James Shelley. The South Point Hotel onboard of Eric Powers. Stephen Paul III, the Tire Monkey onboard. Well, actually, that does cover it. Those are all the onboards. Who was the truck that was on pit road? It's Charles Jackson. So the 54 does not get rolling. I knew that there was someone because there was guys catching up. But like we said, the nightcap, here we go. 33 laps in store and we are underway. Great jump by Austin LaPlante. Dylan Young's able to still get to the inside Collins. And so Collins will fall back as well on the original start. Here comes Dylan Young, though, to the inside of race leader Austin LaPlante. Dylan Young going to try and lead lap 1. He will lead lap 1. Here comes Stephen Paul III to the inside. 187 down into turn 1. Only reaching about a low of 185. Here comes Kyle Matthews. Oh, and there's a wreck. Dylan Thoreau is around. Mason Neal, James Shelley, Preston Plord. There is Mason Powers in the 3. Oriole Pollard's involved in the 12. Hard telling Tim Greenwich. Oh my God, look out. Oh, Amanda Shelley's around. Greg Jones, 42nd of points. This is a stack up. Jessica Shelton, Kyle Collins. Oh my God, John Irvin's involved. Wow, there's someone without front end. That's Tim Greenwich. The 19 Ford. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. Tom Shelley now is apparently the leader. Although Zach Kreller was scored as the race leader when they came down to the caution. So we're going to try and piece together what exactly happened. Oh, I think I see it. Mason Powers in the 3. Mason Neal in the 90. Yep. Looks like Ashley LaPlante might get involved back there. If she didn't, oh my gosh. Zorline came close as well. but definitely not as big as that could have been. Then coming back to the caution, what exactly happened here? So they've taken the caution, and in the slowdown, Amanda Shelley gets into the 6. And apparently that's where this one's going to start. Yeah, because then Amanda Shelley just slides. Dylan Young gets collected. There's Stephen Paul the third. And then the who's who as these guys start to slide back down the track. Austin LaPlante maybe just barely misses it. John Irvin, Kyle Collins, Seth Cole, William Duncan, Max Neuwirth, Jessica Shelton, Jake Baskinger, Trevor Germain, Tim Greenwich there, Binky Louvier, Chris Washer down there. And then these guys amazingly will get through this. Perkle, I don't know how. Actually, it looks like he gets into the 6. Looks like we have some onboards we can take, though. We'll be right back to show you those, and then we'll show you the pit stops underneath the caution as well. We're going to start on board Ashley LaPlante. Like I said, if she did not get involved in that, oh my gosh. Now on board Stephen Paul III. Not sure what else could have really been done there. Just a terrible set of circumstances. And we are back for the pit stops here, as Tom Shelley will lead them down. Should have been Zach Kreller there in the 23, but oh well. And you see the gap down back to Dixon and all the cars coming in. Greenwich is holding people up because of his truck that is smoking. And Shelley's already down away. Kreller going to get away before Sam Young. And the top 4 trucks are going to actually leave pit road before some trucks even get to their pit boxes. And there is Charles Jackson. Oh, James Shelley has gone around in the pits. Lot of trouble there. So a catastrophe essentially in the pits there, with cars running into each other. With that, let's go ahead and get back to the green flag and see what we can manage for the rest of this race. And we are back for the restart. Max Neuwirth, Jessica Shelton, Tim Greenwich, Binky Louvier, and Mason Powers are out of the race. You see Charles Jackson there, 3 laps down. Top 10 coming to the restart. Tom Shelley, Kyle Matthews, Zach Kreller, our most recent winner. Sam Young, Matt Dixon, Austin LaPlante, Alan Cavagnaro, the 33 of... crap, I don't even know who that is. Henry Powers, James Shelley, William Duncan, top 10. We are back to racing. Sam Young makes a quick move inside of Kreller. So too does LaPlante inside of Dixon. I would imagine Jackson's car is still up to speed at least. Here comes Sam Young looking inside. 3 wide for the top spot. Jackson a lap truck just trying to get his lap back. Looking at back, Oriole Pollard, Stephen Pollard III, Kyle Collins, Dylan Young appears to be out the pace. So too does Mason Neal, Preston Plord, Baskinger, Greg Jones, Dylan Thoreau, Chris Louvier is at the back of the field. Trevor Germain's got damage, the points leader coming into the race today. Hard to tell exactly who's going to be off the pace, though, as Henry Powers goes to the race lead. Here comes James Shelley, the all-time winningest driver in the Reebok Truck Series, goes to the lead. And looks like Jackson's going to make the move to the inside. A lot of action here up front. Austin LaPlante inside of Henry Powers. Now it's Tom Shelley going 3 wide with the lat truck and Kato Nakagawa, that for second. Looking back here, Duncan comes up to the field. He's actually got damage to the rear of his truck. Amazing he's able to stay up in this pack. And new leader, Tom Shelley. Here comes the 48 though now to the race lead. Austin LaPlante wants it back. Kazuyoshi gonna throw Duncan to the middle. Paul Swanson, one of the other Germain trucks, fills up the hole as well. Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, a Japanese import, goes inside for second now. LaPlante leads at Atlanta. Here comes Paul Swanson now to the inside for second, the Canadian. Followed by Chris Washer of Michigan. Jay Stella up here in the front. Jay Stella could be looking at the points lead at the end of the night right now, the way that 42 is running. With the troubles Amanda, Shelley, and Trevor Germain have had. Jonathan Zorline in the Toyota looks to the inside, not able to get the move done. So Jay Stella remains in third. Paul Swanson goes all over the back end of the Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. Here comes Jay Stella looking for second, though, on Paul Swanson. Steve Pollard, throw him into the mix. The Hillman Chevrolet that has absolutely no sponsor. Steve Pollard doing good over in the Cup Series. Not so well over here. Looking for him in the points. 31st in points coming in. Sky Commons, a rookie back here as well. Chris Louvier making his way up through the field. As Jay Stella now completes the pass for second. Wants the race lead now. Down the back straightaway, stays in line though. Gets in front of Steve Pollard. Gonna try and get the run on the 48 though, coming off the corner. Pollard into third. Commons is going to be able to grab fourth, it looks like. As the only manufacturer missing up here in the front is Ford, and oh my god, I do not like the looks of this. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Shelley, Kreller, LaPlante, and Nakagawa, they get it down to 3 wide now. But man, that did not look pretty. Washer all over the back bumper of James down the front straightaway. Just about halfway home, we have missed the lat trafficking up here now. Oriole Pollard blocking. Here, Jay Stella goes to the lead now with Kyle Collins just in front of the leaders. Collins again goes to the inside. Stella goes to the outside. And LaPlante gets held up behind Kyle Collins. Now goes to the inside to get around. Pollard goes to the outside trying to get second away. And I think the caution has come out. Yes, it has. Kato Nakagawa, Amanda Shelley. A huge crash. Actually, the leaders had not taken the caution as Jay Stella leads. Perkle in the wall. Oh boy, Sky Commons has just turned Henry Powers. The chaos under the caution. William Duncan is in it. Tempers flaring under the caution now. Once again. First off, though, let's go and take a look back at what happened to Kotone Nakagawa and Amanda Shelley. So Nakagawa was running in about the 15th position. Kazuyoshi gets into James, and around goes the 7. Amazingly, no one else in this field, in that pack, got into that. But then Amanda Shelley just going to come along and hit the back end of the Amp Energy Chevrolet. And that looks like it will end both of their nights prematurely. So Jay Stella leads under the caution. And for some reason, Sky Commons was not happy with the 33. Not quite sure why that was, but Sky Commons choosing to turn the Ream Chevrolet of Henry Powers under the caution. Yeah, Henry Powers just comes down on him, though. But Commons just kind of pushes him. Oriole Pollard hits him. And then Duncan comes along and hits him in the 30. So an interesting chain there happening. Let's go ahead and go back to the restart. Kotone Nakagawa and Amanda Shelley taking their trucks behind the wall. An important thing in mentioning here with Jessica Shelton and Max Newworth, both of them came into this race towards the bottom of the top 16 points and would have been in the chase grid leaving here, but obviously way too early to really worry about that. Still plenty of time to recover. Jay Stella is the leader. Then it's Austin LaPlante, Tom Shelley, Steve Pollard, Matt Dixon, Alex Perkle, Chris Washer, Chris Louvier, Jonathan Zorline, and Eric Powers the top 10, with Ashley LaPlante, Henry Powers, Sky Commons, Jeff James, Hiroshi Kazuyoshi, Greg Jones, John Irvin, William Duncan, Zach Kreller, Sam Young the top 20, Paul Swanson, Dylan Thoreau, James Shelley, Trevor Germain, Kyle Matthews, Alan Cavagnaro, Seth Cole, Stephen Paul III, Dylan Young, Mason Neal, Preston Ford, and Jake Baskinger. The lead lap trucks and the top 32. Jackson's still 3 laps down, but is at least somewhat up to speed, unlike the 45 and the 12. Green flag is back out. We're underway once again. And look at Dixon take it to the inside line on the 12. Not going to be the best of choices there because Collins is still on the inside line. But I think Dixon going to try and make it work. So too is LaPlante, using the 54 as a pick to go to the race lead. And the 83 is going to use the 54 as a pick on the 97. Perkle trying to go to second. He's got a race win this season. Here comes Washer. Out of absolutely nowhere on that. And the field struggled to get around Kyle Collins, it looks like. So we look at the back. Duncan now severely off the pace. Matthews, Dylan Young, same cast of characters, but some... Oh! Eric Powers nearly got turned by the 17 of Sky Commons. We could see that to be a trend of the weekend, I think. As Tom Shelley tries to go to the race lead in truck 97. Got Chris Washer coming up behind him, though, followed by Jonathan Zorline and Matt Dixon. Dixon, a rookie in this series, means he has no truck wins. He does have a Cup and Nation and a Hooter Series win, though. So if he was able to get the win this season, they would complete the clean sweep for him. Jonathan Zorline, though, going for the race lead. Less than 10 to go, so lap trucks now would not be a factor on restarts, other than where they're restarting. Stella able to find a gap to the inside line once again, as Dixon and Louvier follow Jonathan Zorline. Ashley LaPlante up here in the front. Third and fourth in the points at least, up here in the front. Here comes Louvier inside of Dixon. That's what Zorline would like to see. Moving back here. Greg Jones, a great run right now, running in 12th, or 13th actually. 42nd in the points coming in. They just need to get some sort of momentum going. Thought I heard scraping as they're catching up to Duncan quickly. Louvier gets held up. The entire field is getting held up past third. Fourth on back is getting held up by William Duncan. Louvier saying enough is enough. Almost turned him. Still is stuck behind him. Duncan, get out of the way. Oh, Louvier, you gotta feel for him. He cannot get past the 30. Still cannot as they go down the back straightaway. Tough break for Truck 51. And for Greg Jones back here. Still has not been able to clear him. Now he gets to the inside of Duncan. And Kreller will get held up. Eric Powers gets held up on the outside. And Jay Stella has gone to the lead. Now it's Steve Pollard in the 25. LaPlante, Dixon into 5th. Shelley 6th, Shelley 7th, LaPlante, Washer, and Perkle the top 10. As there's 4 to go, here comes Zorline now. They might still catch Oriole Pollard before the end of this. Pollard able to clear Zorline though as they go down into 1, or into 3 I mean. Jay Stella back up into this battle now. 3 trucks with 3 to go. And hard to tell on, well actually they closed in by 0.2 of a second. This pack back here might be able to still catch him. In fact, James Shelley just ran his fastest lap of the race at a 28:35. Good enough for the 8th fastest lap in this race. Stella peeks inside of Zorline. 2 to go. They picked up another 0.3 back there. But they're going to run out of time. It's going to be these 3 trucks fighting it out for the lead, I think. Well, never mind. They're in the same picture now. LaPlante could still have a shot. Does Stella have anything for Steve Pollard? Here we go. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Steve Pollard. Oriole Pollard just entered turn 1. Zorline peeks inside of Stella. That's going to be enough for Pollard to win this one, I think, as they catch Oreo down the back straightaway. Here comes Austin LaPlante looking for 2nd. Steve Pollard goes to the outside. That's going to be all she wrote. Off of 4, Steve Pollard will win the Reebok Truck Series race at Atlanta. And they were pit stops. Trucks were pitting. Dylan Young, Jake Bassinger, Paul Swanson. Who else was there? Mason Neal pitted. But doesn't really matter. Steve Pollard gets the job done. He wins. And Stella beat Zorline to the line by 1,000th of a second. Oh, good. We got the top 3 that, or 2 of the top 3 that said that they retired. Okay, so 27 trucks will finish on the lead lap here today. A great effort, and Hillman Racing goes to victory lane with no sponsor on the truck. Steve Pollard gets the job done in the nightcap. Thanks for watching, or I'd like to say thanks for watching. 2 more races left to go from Atlanta. And then we head off for another venue. 5 races in the books here, and we've had 5 different winners. Steve Pollard, if he can stay top 30 points, welcome to the chase. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.